For instance, on Supernatural, when the longer I've been playing Amara, the more comfortable I felt with how well I knew her, and the more comfortable I felt with making suggestions, and they were very open to that. And I remember, for example, towards the end of the season, there were some scenes that I had with Jetson, where we felt like Amara and Dean maybe wouldn't say some things the way that they've been written, and because Jensen, of course, had been doing the show for so long, it was appropriate for him to bring it up, and so we talked about it, and we were able to give suggestions. I was recently shooting a short film with some friends, and because I knew them well, it was much more comfortable. If it's a show where I'm coming in and I'm the new person and I'm just doing a one-episode guest star, I'm not as likely to make suggestions, but it always just depends on the environment. You sort of get a feel for how open people are to it, and how welcome your suggestion is going to be, I guess. Yeah, because you always want to respect the writer, and you want to make sure some people are more open to collaboration than other people. So it's definitely a case-by-case thing. But also, the longer I've lived with a character, the more comfortable I feel making those suggestions. Because you do start to feel like you know that character. And you know whether something that they've given you to say feels right or not. So you want to take care of that character. On the Mandalorian, one of the things that's really great at this point now is I feel like I really understand the armorer so well, and so we'll be doing ADR sessions, which is when we additional dialogue recording after we've already done the episode, and we're going back and doing the voiceover work. And really, the nice thing about doing that is, in the helmet you don't have to match up the dialogue with mouth movements at all. So entire lines can be changed. So I'll be in the booth, and John and Dave will be also watching, and we can change entire lines, and we can think about like what's really true to the character, and it's a wonderful creative journey. The answer to your question is there's so many different scenarios, so it really does vary.
Yeah, all right, thank you. I was mainly asking because I would. Whose views do you align more?
With whose views does Emily align more?
Yeah, Emily.
Oh, are you trying to trick me to like reveal something? Oh man. Well, let's see. I think that there's room for interpretation. I think that there's I think that each person has to really examine what works for them, and I think that it differs from situation to situation. And I think in looking at it that both Bo and the Armorer up until now have had really good reasons for following what they have followed. And that's all I'll say.
Thank you. No, that was good. So, is there a green microphone in the audience? Is there someone?
Right up here.
Yeah, nice.
I know you're not giving me time to say it through, so this is the way. I will switch to something else. Did you enjoy also to give your voice to animated characters?
Yes. Which one are you talking about?
I'm thinking about the one on Castlevania.
Castlevania, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Tremendously. I mean, the thing that is so weird to me, though, about doing voiceover, I love getting to interact with people. And for that particular show, most of the time, I was in a booth all by myself, and I wasn't recording with the other people that I would wind up being in scenes with. And that was very strange. But getting to see what it wound up looking like was fantastic, and I just thought that show was so wonderful. And I loved Lisa. I love what she told us about Vlad, about Dracula. I love that they started this series with a very dark show. And Dracula, I mean, what we all know about Dracula, he's a very dark, tortured man, and yet he was in love with this woman who's very smart and pretty funny, and so you can see why his heartbreak over her would lead him to be so tortured and pretty violent. Yeah, it was wonderful to get to bring her to life, and wonderful to provide that voice, and then to see how they animated that. It's really cool to get to just supply a voice and not worry at all about what you look like, and then to see this world brought to life with such beautiful animation and see how they imagine it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Said